Okay, the draws are out for the Emilia Romagna Open. Hopefully I said that correctly. Or Muddy Cup? I don't know what the name is. It is an ATP 250 tournament. It is held in Parma, Italy, and it's on clay. The total financial commitment is €541,800, and the dates are 23 to 29th May. So it starts today. Okay, I thought it was tomorrow. Anyway, so this is the draw. The seeded players are Lorenzo Sonego, Benoit Paire, Ramos Vinolas, Struff, Cascade, Paul, Bedin, Nishioka. Okay, there's a couple of familiar names here. The Sonego, Struff, Ramos, Vinolas, and Paire is into the second round with a bye. Sonego, like in the last tournament, Rome, made it to the semifinals where he lost to Djokovic in his home. Was this? No, it's in Italy. I don't know if it's hometown or not. It's in his home country. So he made it to the semifinals. He beat Thiem and Rublev on the way. So I know him from that. So the matches that are going to happen for the first round are Andreas Seppy versus Sebastian Corda. Seppy is a wild card in that. And I'm going to throw out predictions here for each match. And I'm going to go for Sebastian Corda for this match. And the next match is Lorenzo Musetti versus Gianluca Maeger, an Italian all-out match. Gonna go with Musetti here for the win. The next match is Sam Querrey versus Nishioka. Interesting matchup. I don't know. Gonna give it to Querrey. I'm gonna give it to Querrey. Gonna predict Querrey for the win. The next match is Jiron versus Kabali, who is a wild card. Gonna give it to Jiron. Next match, Johnson versus Wesley. Gonna give it to Steve Johnson for the win there. And the next match, Stefano Travaglia versus Tommy Paul. Don't really know who any of them are. Gonna give it to the seeded guy. Gonna predict Tommy Paul is gonna win. Next match, Bedin versus Caruso. Gonna give it to Bedin. Next match is Cecchinato versus Tiafoe. Tiafoe, I'm gonna give it to Tiafoe for the win. Tiafoe is good. Next one, Roosevelt versus Qualifier. Probably gonna go with Roosevelt. I don't know who the qualifier is gonna be. Next match, Cascade versus Qualifier. Gonna give it to Cascade. Okay, the next couple of ones are qualifiers. Gonna go with not the qualifier. Simone and Munar, and Paire is in the bye. So that is my first round predictions. Now let's go through my second round with the people I've given it to in the first round. So Sonego is gonna go up against Corda with my prediction. So gonna give it to Sonego. And then Musetti is gonna face Querrey. Musetti is gonna win that. The next one, Struff is gonna face Jiron. Gonna give it to Struff. And the next match, Johnson versus Tommy. Gonna give it to Johnson, Steve Johnson. The next match, Bedin versus Tiafoe. Gonna give it to Tiafoe for the win. And the next one, Roosevelt versus Ramos Vinolas. Gonna give it to Vinolas. And the next match is Cascade versus Simone. Okay, that's a French all out. If my prediction is correct for the both matches, it's gonna be a French all match, and both of them are actually pretty good to watch. So if that's a potential match to watch. So gonna give that to Gonna give it to Simone. I'm gonna give it to Simone versus Cascade. The next match is Munar versus Pear. Gonna give it to Pear. So now in the third round, it's gonna be Sonego versus Musetti. Gonna give it to Sonego. The next match, Struff versus who did I give it to? Struff versus Johnson. Gonna give it to Struff for the win. The next match is Tiafo versus Vinolas. Gonna give it to Tiafo for the win there. And the next one is gonna be Simone versus Pear. Gonna give it to Pear. It's gonna be French again. That side, there are 3 French that draw 3 French players there. So give it to Pear there. So then the semifinals, it's gonna be Sonego versus Struff. Is it Struff? Yeah, Sonego versus Struff. Who is gonna give it to Sonego? And the next one, Tiafo versus Pear. Gonna give it to Pear. I'm gonna give it to Pear. And the next one will be the final. Will be Sonego versus Pear. The first and second seed is my prediction, and Sonego is gonna win it. That's so. Yeah, I don't really think this through beforehand. When I see the draw, I just pick randomly or like with some kind of, it just pops to my head predictions. So that's how it comes out. And the seeding also like plays a part in that. So that's how it ended up in my predictions. Sonego versus Pear for the final, and Sonego wins the whole tournament. So that is the draw and my predictions. So yeah, catch you guys in the next one.